Congress is scrambling to address a number of issues before the December holidays. One of the biggest items, the president's social spending bill. Mr. Biden has said he wants it on his desk by Christmas. It only narrowly passed in the House, and Republicans say they won't vote for the bill, as well as political infighting between Democrats in the Senate has delayed the bill even further. I want to bring in Anthony Adragna, who covers Congress for Politico and authors a series of articles called Congress Minutes. Hey there, Anthony. So what's the latest on the president's social spending bill? Is there any chance that this gets passed by the Senate before Christmas?
I think the odds are pretty long at this point that this gets done by Christmas. That's been the intention of Senate leadership. Democrats continue to say that's what they're hoping to do. But this estimate that came out on Friday, which was requested by Republicans and showed that if all the programs in the bill would be made permanent, that it would add $3 trillion to the deficit in the next 10 years. And so that's going to be a major obstacle where all eyes are going to be on Senator Joe Manchin, obviously the crucial 50th vote for Democrats, to see how he digests that news. Democrats, of course, are saying, well, we're not extending the programs automatically, and we would offset any costs if we did. But we'll see how that lands with Senator Manchin.
Yeah, we've heard him described not as a moderate Democrat, but a conservative Democrat recently because of his concerns about all of this, including that Congressional Budget Office report. So you mentioned that it said that if these provisions were made permanent, it would cost $3 trillion. Explain to us why Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is saying that we should ignore that report.
Well, what Secretary Yellen and other Democrats said on Friday is essentially this CBO score, Congressional Budget Office score, was for an imaginary bill because they aren't intending for these programs to be permanent. And if they were to be extended, they'd pay for them. Secretary Yellen came out with a memo shortly before that score became public where she essentially pre-butted a lot of these arguments. Keep in mind, on Friday, also, the inflation indexes landed, showed inflation at the highest levels in a generation. So it's going to be a lot, and Republicans are very explicitly making the case to Senator Manchin, urging him to tank this bill. So we'll see again. It's going to be critical to see how he digests this news, and we'll be watching for that early this week.
Well, the president is expected to speak with Senator Joe Manchin this week. You told already our viewers how important he is to the bill's passage, though anybody who's been a regular viewer of the show knows just how much Manchin has confounded Democrats, at least in expressing all of his doubts about the social spending bill. Obviously, Democrats can't afford to lose any votes. What do we know about the call and if it's likely to persuade him?
It's kind of the big question here in Washington right now. Senator Manchin, at various points in this process, has said basically, I'm going to stop talking through the press. I'm going to work directly with lawmakers, but then has made very public statements that he made some last week at a Wall Street Journal event, all seeming to be pretty skeptical of moving forward with this bill on the timeline that his leadership would like to. That being said, Senator Manchin, throughout his time in the Senate, has ultimately been a team player for the Democrats. This would obviously be a major break if he were to sink this bill or to delay it indefinitely. That would be, a major setback, pretty much the president's entire domestic agenda. So again, I think that's kind of what we're weighing here, what we're waiting to see from Senator Manchin. But obviously, this call or this meeting with President Biden, whenever it occurs, is going to be pretty critical. We're at a crucial junction here where Democrats want to move forward.
All right, Anthony, let's do a quick roundup. Where does Congress stand on other big ticket items like the debt bill, the defense bill, heading into recess?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that they still have to get done. We're waiting for the Senate to, we're assuming very early this week, actually pass legislation to raise the debt ceiling. That will be done by Democrats alone. They, in a bipartisan vote last week, Republicans actually gave Democrats the ability to raise the debt ceiling on their own. One time only, the weird quirks of Congress. So we expect the Senate to move quickly on that, the House to then come back and actually pass the debt limit increase. And then the Senate still has to process the major defense bill, the annual defense bill. We expect that to also happen this week. And then potential consideration of the social spending bill, subject to, of course, whether or not they think they can get Senator Manchin to go forward. So it's a jam-packed agenda, really, as we head into the final 2 weeks before Christmas here.
Anthony, before I let you go, we're closing in on the end of 2021. Just give us an overview of what Congress has actually accomplished this year. I know there's a lot of people who wonder if there is anything substantial on that list.
Well, certainly there was quite substantial legislation related to the pandemic early on. The American Rescue Plan was passed early this year. That's easy to kind of overlook, but that's what gave people the child tax credit, which they're looking to extend through the social spending bill for another year. That happened early in the year. Then obviously there was the months-long process of haggling and figuring out how to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill. That's more than $500 billion in new spending there for roads, highways, bridges, and a host of other programs, our nation's transmission infrastructure, for example. So I think it's quite a lot, but Democrats have obviously set expectations sky high with the social spending bill. And that's why it maybe feels like things are incomplete at this point, because they're still trying to get the biggest ticket item on their agenda across the finish line here. And even at this point, it's not entirely clear how that's going to actually happen by the end of the year. So we'll see if it does, but that's definitely the biggest incomplete, if you will, on their agenda so far.
All right, Anthony Adragna, thank you.
Thank you.